Hey guys, it's St. Patty's Day. When you hit that DUI checkpoint tonight, will you be prepared? You must get your digital trifold and print it out now.
My name is Diego. I am an artist. I paint, I write, and I live in the United States of America. And I have been here for about 15 years. I don't know much about the laws or anything related to the police.
License and registration. Thank you very much. Where are you going?
Officer,
Don't ever
I have the
answer
right
questions.
to remain silent. When I get pulled over by the police, I don't understand anything about the laws. I don't understand anything about, the police system. So when I get pulled over and they ask me a question, basically all the answers are here.
What am I reading? You have the right to remain silent? But you're not under arrest. I'm not arresting you. I'm asking you just where you're heading. Where are you going?
It's right there. You can read it. It's right there.
Are you nervous? Is that
No.
You need medical attention?
Not at all.
Why would you choose to remain silent? I'm just asking you where you're going.
I have the right to remain silent, officer. It's all right there. I'm here alone. I moved here when I was 19 years old. I get pulled over all the time, and it's always very scary to get pulled over, especially as an immigrant. The presence of a police officer in your life as an immigrant in the United States, it's not pleasant.
Where are you going?
I have the right to remain silent, officer.
It sounds like you got an accent. You're not from here. Where are you from?
If they ask me something I don't have to answer, I can just tell them to read this.
It smells like I smell marijuana in the car.
Let's say the police officer says, I smell marijuana. You don't have to answer. You can just show this to him and he can read it, or you can read these words. You can read this, officer. A police officer always asks you a question and we don't know the answers. We don't even know what to say. For instance, they say, don't film me. Because, filming police officers is very common nowadays.
Hey, listen, don't film me. I don't want to be filmed.
Right here, officer.
What does that say?
You can read it.
But I don't want to be on film. Listen, just do me a favor. Just open up your glove box right there. Let me take a look inside that glove.
Please, you can read this right here. Right here. And you have the right to film them. So that's why this is so helpful.
I think I'm going to search this car, Mr. Mejia. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search this vehicle. I got probable cause because you're not answering any questions. I've asked you where you're going. I've asked you... I'm not accusing you of a crime. I'm asking you where you're going. Where are you going? Just tell me where you're going. Just tell me where you're going. This whole thing can be over.
If they ask for your ID, that's the first thing they do. You can answer this. The presence of a police officer in your life as an immigrant in the United States.
I just need to see your ID real fast.
Don't give him your ID.
Ma'am, he's not your lawyer. I need to see your ID.
Officer, read this. I don't understand anything about the laws. I don't understand anything about, the police system.
Let me have some ID, ma'am. Give me your ID.
No.
Give me your
no
ID.
ID. No.
Interrupting police is your right given by God. It's okay. You get detained, you get arrested nowadays for everything.
Sir, you can film all you want, but I can't have you parked on the highway here.
I can park on the highway, officer.
Can't you see you're impeding traffic right now? I need you to get off the highway.
I can park on the highway, officer.
Listen, I need you to get your van off the highway.
I can just tell them to read this, or I can read it for them. Officer, I revoke consent. You cannot search my car.
Let me see that. Fine.
So this is helpful. It brings peace of mind to have this in my car with me, because I honestly don't know what to answer.
Okay, sir, looks
No,
like...
officer, piece of you're a you trying to inspect my car for no reason? You, okay? You piece of shit.
your mouth or I will arrest you.
I don't have to watch my mouth, okay? I don't have to watch my mouth. If he says, for instance, watch your mouth, then this is the answer that you need to give him. 1971, going versus California, okay? By choosing these words, you get to know the depth of my feelings. Fuck you, officer. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit.
Are you threatening
You're a cunt.
me? Are you
That's
threatening
not
me?
a threat. That is not a threat. This is what I tell them if they say, is this a threat? I read this to them, or I let them read it. 1942, Chaplinsky. I can and will use any words or set of words that I feel are appropriate fighting words are clearly not the words I'm using.
You have a great day, I guess. Sound like you're real happy, aren't you?
You too. So let's say if they ask me something I don't have to answer, I can just tell them to read this, or I can read it for them. And this is how you protect yourself. I usually just keep this in handy. I keep this in my car, and every time I get pulled over, this is like my best friend.